Candidly speaking with Nikel. I had to stop and smell the roses for a minute, if we want to use those words. I often, whenever I do anything like write my books or my podcast, go places, anything that's connected to people, I always, you have to stop for a minute and check out the impact that you're having on people, right? There are some people who go out there all willy nilly and they be a certain way. And impact is important because if you have good impact, that means you'll be around for a long time, and that's important. At least that's what I believe. But how have everyone been? I know I have stopped for a minute. I was like hitting hard every day, every day, every day, every day. I had to take a break, and I had an emergency Sunday. I've been writing, and I hope that my audience have been working on themselves also. It's always room for growth, but what I would like to tell you is being a leader is very important. And if you read someone books or if you see someone you want to be like, always credit that person. God would love that. Because see, he's showing you something for you to take from that person. But he doesn't want you to take. It's like, let me use a better example. Like, you know how they say God wants you to give him his praise, right? Or the God in you, whoever you believe in, whoever you pray to. Well, it's the same thing. See, I've always been this kind of person. If I see someone I want to be like and I am following my life the way they are, or I take on their mannerisms to be like that, I tell everybody, look, I was watching so and so, and this is, I want to be like this because that person, and I want to this, or I read that person's book, gave me inspiration. I don't steal. But I just aim to be original because I was raised that way. I let me tell you, I think whoever the look, I didn't die and move on, but whoever you are up there, I'll tell you this, and we're told to call you God, but you gave me the best parents. You gave me the parents that I needed. Like a lot of people don't, it's interesting. In one of my books that I've written, is called Mother of Three. That would be me. It's released. I talk about how a lot of parents or people would go up to the kids of the mother and they would say, "Oh my goodness, you are so blessed to have a good mother like that. Aren't you happy?" And the mother stepped in front of her child and said, "Wait a minute. No, I am the mother that this phenomenal child needed." You got to look at it. Well, this is how I look at it. I'm just saying this is what I believe. It's very important. People always say that, but I believe that some successful kids, right? They need a certain kind of parent to aim for that success, right? For them to become. Just like adults, we need certain things in order for us to become. And if it's watching other adults and taking on their great qualities, let me tell you, I aim to be someone who people can take from and make their lives better. Very important. I remember someone told me, well, don't worry about getting the credit. That I don't know what organization that was. I don't know if it's the Red Lipsticks or whoever they are. Well, I I how do I feel about that? I've never really thought about that because I am the type of person that I give credit where credit is due. And that's who I am. So, you know, one thing I had to learn was that, and I remember my parents would have to constantly say this to me. Well, everybody's not like you. And at first I thought that was harsh, but they were right. Everybody's not like me. And I am so happy. I am such an original person that people can't even really. I mean, when I moving forward to find my new friends, or what is that BS saying? They say the people will find you that you need. All of that crap. Um, they really would have to. They really would have to want to be around me. But one thing about me, I'm fine being a loner. I'm fine being a mom. When it comes to careers, listen, I worked for the Department of Vet for over 18 years, so I'm fine. If my life story ends with me on SSI, because it ain't gonna be no SSAD or whatever it ain't gonna be disability ever. But because I work that Social Security and living in my Section 8 apartment that I love, then I'm good with that. And I think that's part of a superpower that people have to endure or take on. So this is me giving out my little spark notes. Nah, this is me just explaining that you got to come to a point with everything and just say fuck it. Not everything, but the things that, I guess, you make a list, and the things that are more important are the things that you turn your energy into a focus on. I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm still learning. You're learning. We're learning from each other. But I'll tell you one thing. Every morning you get up, you look in the mirror, right? Think about your leadership qualities that you have within you. And then you work on that. And then as you meet people, right? And you talk to them, you can take from them. But it's how you do it. People are made up from people. You're made up from life experiences. You're the way you are because of what you've experienced. You're the way you are because of who raised you. You're the way you are because of places you've been. And guess what? Everything I said, there are people there. Guess what? If you're the way you are because you read a book, unfortunately, guys, it was written by a person. I mean, I know today a lot of books are written by AI, not AR, but yes, that's it. I just wanted to come on. And I usually say I talk for 3 minutes. That's because I can be very long-winded, and I stand by that. That's who I am. I'm the voice in the room. I'm not the laugh in the room. You ever hear that person with the distinctive laugh, and you're like, oh, you hear them? No, you hear me. But the more mature I get, and the more I research, and the more I look around and understand people, I understand more. Put it that way. But thank you for listening. 8 minutes and I did good today. Thank you for listening to Candidly Speaking with Nikel. And never forget, I love you. Mwah.